Alright guys, what is going on? It is Cowboy Finn, Lil Finn here, coming at you live with a little sit-down conversational video. And I'm going to go over what it takes to train for an Ironman. Now, I've been training for an Ironman officially with the coach, with an Ironman date picked out, Tulsa, May 23rd, for about 2.5 months, 3 months now. I had started training for endurance with no endurance background whatsoever about 3 months before that, so 6 months of endurance total. And the 3 months before I had a coach was really just kind of building up my base of being able to run and bike. I started swimming 3 months ago. Anyhow, getting into the video. And so number one is time. And it takes a lot of time to train for an Ironman. Does that make sense? Because it's a 140.6 mile race that's going to take between 12 and 13 hours. Yeah, endurance doesn't come by accident. You have to put the work in to see the results. You have to build the engine, and you need to teach your body to adapt to the stimulus that's going to be provided. So if you're going out there trying to perform on a big race, you need to put the hours in, and that takes time. And by the way, my goal is actually under 12 hours, but we won't reveal the goal until later. But on that note, not only does the actual training take a lot of time, but there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. For example, you may have a long run. You're going to take 30 minutes to stretch for that long run before. You're going to need to plan your route, drive to your route. You're going to need to figure out where you're going to grab your nutrition mid-run. Then you're going to figure out where you got to put it. So that logistically takes time because you got to plan that. You got to mentally think that through. Then after the run, you got to take 30-ish minutes to stretch and walk it off and recover. Then you got to eat. Nutrition takes a lot of time on Ironman prep because you are slugging calories. And I thought I was eating a lot of calories just when I started running and doing endurance. Man, when you start getting into real Ironman training, which I've been into now for about, I would say 2.5 weeks in real Ironman mode, you're eating like a lot of food. And I have a job. 99% of people training for an Ironman have another job that has to support their Ironman journey. So obviously it's very important. And so you need to be able to find time to get that food in. And even if you're a really easy kind of quick eater, you can do on the go stuff and snacks, and you're not trying to eat healthy or cook your own meals, it still takes a lot of time because it's that much food. And most people are going to cook their own meals. So that is time. And then of course there's time in dedicated recovery. And this is something I've just started doing, and that's, relaxing is sort of a bullet on its own, but I'll throw it in this one. For as many hours as I train on a day, I dedicate that many hours to strict recovery. And I know sleeping is recovery. I know sitting down and working, your body's recovering, but I'm talking about doing nothing but recovering, being comfortable, dropping cortisol, and de-stressing. So for example, if I run for an hour, I make sure that day my ass is on that couch right there with my feet up, either watching TV, reading a book, FaceTiming a friend, or hanging out with a friend, whatever. But I'm doing nothing that is mentally taxing whatsoever. I am enjoying myself and I'm relaxed as hell. And the other rule I have for that is I'm eating a very not only nutritious meal, but it has to be delicious. That is non-negotiable. It's a comfortable ass hour, and I'm matching every hard hour of grueling training I go through with one of those. And believe me, when you're on Ironman prep, not only are those vital, most of the time you'll be half asleep, but you deserve it. You earned it. And I don't think it's possible to physically, be awake enough to get through all the hours of Ironman training unless you nurse yourself like that. So that's something I've recently picked up on, and it's been really game changing on this prep. So again, though, that takes time. And the last note on time is time management and discipline is everything. To fit in the workouts in a day, you need to be very tactical with your time. You need to be almost robotic, whereas you have a workout, do. Workout, do. Workout, do. Look at the workout on your schedule, okay, do. There can't be any thinking, you can't think rearrange, you need to trust the process, trust your coach, see workout, do workout. And what's funny is, with that time management and discipline, you're gonna find that you have more time than you've ever had before, even with 20 hours of training in a week, some weeks. And the reason for that is because you're gonna be so laser disciplined. You're gonna say, 7 to 8 a.m. I have swim, then 8:30 to whatever, 12:30 I'm working. And those 4 hours you're working, you're going to be getting more done than any 4 hours you've ever been before. And for me, it's been crazy, life-changing, how much more time I find on my hands now than ever. And that is a direct result of the discipline and the organization of time management. And I think a lot of people find that as well. So time management, discipline, waking up early is very helpful, and just being organized and doing what you say you're going to do. So if you schedule a swim for 7, do it at 7. Follow up, finish your day. That is big. So number 1, time management. And time. It takes a lot of time. Okay, so the next thing is it's not sexy. It's gritty and it's blue collar. Of course, finishing an Ironman is one of the sickest and sexiest things you can do, and with Ironman gaining a lot of popularity, there's tons of content out there that makes it look really sexy and a lot sexier than it is on the training side of it. And while there are workouts that are really cool, and sexy, they're not all, 99% of them are not like that. Most of it is head down, do the work, hours on hours, miles on miles, meters on meters, time, and it's head down, get it done mentality. And you really need that blue collar, go to work attitude. And you have to understand that, endurance is this long thing where you're doing work for a long time. It's not like the gym where you're going to hit a 1 rep max and you got a pump up song going and boom, you're done. Get all hyped. You're in it for the long haul. You have to be able to ride the highs and beat the lows, and it's really, really mental. So it's a really interesting mindset that comes with it. It's rugged. Like I said, it's blue collar. It's do the task at hand or don't do it at all. And you almost have to get like robotic, or else you're just going to get overwhelmed. You got to, take it day by day, see your workout, do your workout. That has to be the mentality. You can't, let it get in your head. You just have to see, do. And that sort of mentality has really, really helped me on the Ironman training. All right, guys, so the next one is it gets dark and you just have to stay present. That is one thing I've really found with this Ironman training is on some of the workouts, you're going to put yourself into a place where it's dark, period, that there's no other way to put it. And you have to stay present. You have to be able to be in the moment, and instead of thinking on a brick workout, where you have a 2-hour bike and an hour run, when you're an hour into the bike ride, you can't be thinking, oh man, I got another hour on the bike and then a whole long 1-hour run. You just can't do that. You got to be in the exact moment on the bike, just getting the job done. Like I said, it goes back to grit and blue collar. You're just there and you're doing it. There can't be another option in your mind, or else that quit voice, that, man, you can chill out a little bit, that little bitch voice we all have in our head, it gets loud. And if you let it squeak, if you give it an inch, it's gonna take a mile, is what I'm trying to say. So that is huge. And honestly, that the whole dark place thing, you gotta love doing that. I think it's kind of what draws people to the sport. You're gonna face it. You're gonna be, in its presence, right? It's adversity, and you grow through that chaos. You grow through that pain, that uncomfort, and it's necessary in Ironman training, and it correlates to life. It's a parallel, but it's funny because you can't, if you don't enjoy doing that, if you're not willing to be in that dark place and to push yourself through it, as sucky, as shitty as it is, then it's not, doing something like an Ironman or a marathon or anything extremely out of your comfort zone isn't for you, because really the whole point is that experience. That's what you're in it for. Unless you're a professional triathlete, obviously, and you want the trophies, you're doing it to teach yourself how to grow in those dark times, to wire your brain to win, essentially. And honestly, that's why I love it. I look forward to finishing those workouts where I'm in that dark place. I hate it when I'm in that place, but every time I'm in that place, I find my ability to calm down. Calm through chaos is the quote I always refer to, and that's really a big part of this bullet, is staying calm through chaos. But when you're able to understand in those moments that making it to the other side, one, there is another side, and all you gotta do is put one foot in front of the other, and eventually it's gonna fucking end. When you know that, it makes it a whole lot easier, and it's almost like reassuring, because you're like, dang, this sucks, this is dark, I want to quit, but I know I'm not gonna quit. I know I'm gonna get through this storm, this absolute crappy moment that I hate every second of, and then I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be more dangerous, I'm gonna be sicker, I'm gonna be in a position to do better in life, because mentally I'm gonna be stronger, I'm gonna be more confident, I'm gonna be better at Ironman training, so the next time I do that workout it won't feel as hard. There's in no way any negative repercussions that come through pushing yourself through those difficult mental moments. So that's what you gotta live for, honestly. And there's no better feeling either than coming out the other side a champion. To me, that's what it's all about. It's being a champion by winning those battles with your mind. And as you get better and better, those moments never go away. It may take them longer to come, but they never go away. It's inevitable, it's part of this training, and they suck, man, to be in. Like that 2.5 hour bike ride the other day, you saw the clip in the video, but I was in it, and every part of my brain, I'm not gonna lie, I fed the negative voice that wanted to quit. And man, I almost did quit. It was the worst of my Ironman prep to date, and I got through it, and on to the next one. And the next day I fucking punched right back and set a PR, 7:34 minute per mile pace on a long run. That's what it's about. So that's that. Alright guys, so the next one is being very tactical with your training and trusting the process. So with an Ironman, what makes it so unique is that it's 3 different sports in one Goliath of a race. And that means with the training, you need to allocate your time to 3 different sports, just like the race. And using those 3 sports in harmony to aid and actually improve a different one of those sports is a key. So that becomes very tactical. I recommend finding a coach, because I don't care what your knowledge of fitness was, my knowledge of fitness from bodybuilding and aesthetics coming in is extremely high, nutrition for that. But flip to the endurance performance realm, I thought I knew a little bit. No, nothing. So finding a coach is important, because you can utilize the swim to improve your run. You can utilize the swim to improve your recovery. Same with cycling, to recover your legs. You can have recovery runs. There are different heart rate zones. Easy runs are important and can actually make you faster on your speed runs. And then of course there are speed workouts that you have to do, and working on improving your threshold is very important as well. So trusting the process is huge, and finding a coach who can program for you a program that you can really trust and work off of is important. And on that same note, every workout has an intent. So whether it be recovery, whether it be improving speed, whether it be improving endurance, whatever, knowing what it feels like to be 2 hours into a run and pushing pace and just taking that pounding on your body. Every workout has its intent. Like, for example, my last 2.5 hour bike workout, the intent of that workout was I needed to adapt to a brand new stimulus. So we knew going into it, it was gonna beat the hell out of me, and all I had to do was put my head down and get through it. So it was literally intended to, one sec, there's a car, be difficult. And that's what is funny about the sport. It's, an example I can give is when you swim, some of your initial swim workouts, and even now as I get better, you're gonna be flailing in the water, your form's gonna fall to shit, you're gonna be huffing and puffing for breaths on both sides, but that is what's supposed to happen, because you need to go through that phase to adapt and to grow and to be able to do that same workout with proper form. So getting through those workouts is also a very important part of the process, and understanding that it is all just a process. There are going to be some workouts that are easy and long, and some are going to just beat the crap out of you and be difficult. And like I said, you just got to be able to put your head down and do the work, put one foot in front of the other, so you can get through those workouts that beat the crap out of you, so your body adapts to the new stimulus and can come back the next day and win the next workout. And that really is kind of the next topic, which is adapting to stimulus. And that is, you know, something I've noticed is such a big part of Ironman training, is that's everything. You need to put your body there in that scenario. You need to have been there before, and you need to know what it feels like to do X in order to do it well and efficient the next. Part of the training in Ironman prep is laying that foundation, and man does it suck. Man is it hours, but it's all about adapting to that stimulus and creating an engine that's going to power you through race day. And like for me, I'm not creating no bitch of an engine. I am creating a Hemi diesel. This ain't diesel, but we're diesel powered, and we're here to play. So that's that. Give you guys a little start. We're playing ball. Alright. So if you want to hear a funny story, real quick, interrupting the video, I actually just started driving away and I couldn't find my phone, but my music started playing, and I look up on my sunroof and look at that. So God bless. Really, God bless. Alright, so the last two are It Is Hard and It Is Worth It. And of course, like I said, it's extremely challenging. You're going to be putting in hours on hours on hours. You can't fake it with Ironman training. It's not like you can Photoshop your way to it or take a bunch of roids or gear and, you know, not need to do the work. No, you have to put in the work. You have to build the bricks. It is a race, and, you know, you can't fake it. You're not going to show up and just, you know, do incredible if you didn't put in the work. And you're going to push yourself mentally and physically further than you've ever done before. You're going to learn more about yourself than you've ever done before. You're going to learn more about the body and its limits, and you're going to honestly be blown away at what you're capable of and what your body can do. There's one of my favorite quotes is, it's kind of like, it goes like, it's like the kids look up and love athletes because athletes are grown-ups who follow their dreams, and you will never regret an Ironman because you are doing something that's sort of following your dreams, right? There's no payout for it. There's none of that. You're doing it for you. You're doing it to push your limits. You're doing it to see what you're made out of, and you're doing it to, like I said, get to that dark place and to fucking win. And that's what it's all about. That's, you know, if you're ready for that, then hell yeah, do an Ironman, do a 70.3 half Ironman, or do a marathon. Do something that's going to take you past what you think you're capable of. It's going to teach you or show you new places mentally, physically, that you've never been before, and you're going to gain the confidence because you're going to win and you're going to beat those moments up, and it's going to transfer right into life. You're going to be better all around because of it. You're going to embrace the shittiness and go through the storm while you're in it, and then you win. Stay hard. By the way, guys, you already know what it is. It's mullet season. We did it. Cowboy Finn. You know that means we're going harder than ever. Putting those miles in, putting that work in, getting after it, staying hard. You do the same thing. Oh, and by the way, subscribe. Hit that button below and subscribe right now. Like this video, share with your friends, because I'm coming crazy with the content, with the fast car footage, with the training footage, with the mindset footage, with the guns on Ironman prep. So hit that subscribe button and let's fucking get after it, baby. Be a champion. That's the Lil Finn, Cowboy Finn slogan. Be a champion. Let's go.